What if I told you that the greatest Arctic explorer did not set out to conquer land, did not plant flags, and did not care about being first? What if I told you he crossed 20,000 kilometers of frozen wilderness just to listen to stories? This is the story of Knud Rasmussen, a man born between ice and identity, who quietly shaped the future of Greenland and became the emotional bridge between Greenland and Denmark. Knud Rasmussen was born in 1879 in a tiny Greenlandic settlement. His father was Danish, his mother was Inuit. That single fact decided his entire life. At home, he learned Inuit legend stories, whispered by elders beside oil lamps. Outside, he learned Danish discipline, books, and order. Here's an unknown but powerful fact. Inuit culture had no written language at the time. Everything history, law, survival knowledge was passed only through memory, and Knud realized something terrifying very early in life. If these stories disappear, an entire civilization disappears with them. But Knud, didn't he have an easy childhood hero arc? He struggled badly in school. He failed exams. He was often sick. Teachers thought he would never amount to much. In Denmark, he was seen as too Inuit. In Greenland, he was seen as too Danish. He belonged everywhere and nowhere. That inner conflict didn't break him. It sharpened him. Here's something most people don't know. Knud Rasmussen never planned to become an explorer. He wanted to be a writer and storyteller, but life had other plans. When Knud began traveling across Greenland, he noticed something that shocked him. European explorers were mapping the land, but ignoring the people who already knew it. So Knud did the unthinkable. Instead of leading expeditions like a commander, he traveled like an Inuit. He wore Inuit clothing, ate Inuit food, slept in snow shelters, used dog sleds, not ships or machines. And most importantly, he never carried weapons for dominance. He carried notebooks. During one journey, Knud traveled so long by sled that the dog's paws bled. He survived on frozen meat and melted snow. At one point, he nearly starved but refused to abandon his mission. Why? Because elders were dying, and their stories were dying with them. Now comes one of the most mind-blowing unknown facts. Knud Rasmussen became the first person in history to travel by dog sled from Greenland to Siberia. That's not a typo. Greenland, Canada, Alaska, Siberia, across the Arctic without modern maps. But he wasn't collecting trophies. He was collecting myths about creation stories, explaining Northern Lights songs sung only during polar night, oral laws about sharing food and survival. Today, anthropologists had met something extraordinary. Most of what we know about ancient Inuit beliefs exists only because of Knud Rasmussen. Without him, it would be lost forever. Now, let's talk about how he helped Greenland progress quietly, but powerfully. Knud helped establish the Thule trading station. This wasn't just a trading post. It became a cultural center, an economic lifeline, a place where Inuit voices mattered. He encouraged education, but without erasing identity. That was revolutionary. At a time when colonies were being forced to abandon their culture, Knud said, "Greater than modern progress means nothing if it destroys memory." Because of his work, Danish policymakers began seeing Greenlanders as people, not subjects. Greenlandic culture gained international respect. Inuit pride slowly replaced imposed shame. That shift mattered. Here's another lesser-known truth. Knud Rasmussen deeply loved Denmark, but never blindly defended it. He criticized Danish policies when they harmed Inuit life, yet he also explained Danish culture to Greenlanders. Honestly, he stood in the uncomfortable middle. To Denmark, he said, "Greenland is not empty land, it is full of wisdom." To Greenland, he said, "Change is coming, but you don't need to disappear." That balance made him controversial, but unforgettable. Knud Rasmussen died in 1933, relatively young. After illness caused by years and extreme conditions, he never became rich. He never became politically powerful. But today, schools in Greenland study his work. Arctic anthropology depends on his writings. His life reminds us that listening can be revolutionary. Knud Rasmussen didn't chase glory. He chased understanding. He proved that sometimes the bravest explorers don't discover new lands. They help old voices survive. If this story made you think differently about success, about culture, about identity, like, subscribe to Dare to Dream, and share this story, because some dreams aren't loud. They travel quietly, on ice, carried by stories.